All right, Robin. Robin, where did you grow up? Where are you from?
I grew up in Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis. And tell me about your childhood. You had both your parents when you were young?
It was dysfunctional.
In what ways?
My father was having sex with my brother.
That's dysfunctional.
Then he had sex with me and gave me impetigo.
What is that?
Impetigo is a disease where I got scars on my legs, sores on my legs.
Oh, is that
I
right?
caught a disease from my father.
So your father was molesting both you and your brother?
Yeah, but he was mostly having sex with my brother. He only had sex with me one time. I saw him have sex with my brother, I passed out.
What happened? You walked in
And he was sticking his penis in my brother's behind, I passed out.
how old were you?
I was 5 years old,
How old was your brother?
about 7.
Yeah. Did you say anything to your mom?
She tried to stop him, but he would beat her in the head and block her eyes and try to kill her and stuff like that, to make her shut up. He had her head swelled up, her eyes sunk in the back of her head and everything. He would beat my mother, almost tried to kill her. She tried to stop him, but he wouldn't. I suffered mental problems behind that. I ran away from home at 15 years old. I became a stripper, a prostitute. I worked in a dance club. I became a nude model. I ended up in a mental institution. And I remember my other brother trying to stick his penis in my butt. He got that from my father. I was in the bath, so he jumped to try to have sex with me in my butt. And I ended up in a mental institution and ended up in boy and care homes and stuff like that. And I ended up homeless on Scared Road down here.
How long you been down here?
I came down here from Long Beach. I was homeless in Long Beach. I came down here 5 days ago. I was homeless in Long Beach.
You've been living homeless for how many years?
2 years.
2 years. And how old are you now?
61.
You're 61. Do you have children?
Yeah, I have kids.
Where are they?
They're grown.
Yeah. Did you raise them?
No, they raised in foster homes. I wasn't able to raise kids. I had a mental problem.
What do you know what your mental issues are?
Bipolar suspected. When my father was having sex with my brother, it drives me crazy, and things like that. And when I was a baby, I was on the floor eating bread with roaches in it. They had me on the kitchen floor with roaches and rats. I was on the floor eating bread with roaches in it. They found me eating bread with roaches in it. The authorities, they took me away from my parents. I told them my father was having sex with my brother. Why don't y'all arrest him? I called the police. The police said I'm having sex with my son too. A black cop. And my uncle would pull rifles on his son's back of his son's heads and have sex with them. My mother's brother. He pulled rifles up to their head and have sex with them.
You ended up in a foster system?
Yeah,
How was that? Is that any better?
it was much better. But I still ran away from home at 15. I became a stripper, a new dancer. I became a prostitute. And I went on through life working at clubs and stuff like that. And I ended up in a insane asylum.
And you left there eventually, or you escaped, or what happened there?
The insane asylum.
Yeah.
I ended up in a boy and care home for mental patients on SSI.
Right. Was that a better lifestyle for you?
No, it wasn't.
Why not?
My whole life has not been a good life for me. So when I had my baby, I was so happy when I had my son by this guy from Italy. I was so happy when I had my son, you know.
Was that the best time of your life?
Yeah, I had my baby.
I hear that from a lot of mothers, that's always their favorite time of life.
Yeah, especially a son.
He's where today?
He's a police officer.
Oh, excellent. You still have contact with your son?
No, I lost contact with him when he was 12 years old. But I heard from people that he was a police officer.
Oh, I see. So today you're living where, in a tent?
In a tent, San Julian and 6th Street.
Right. How do you deal with this life This kind of,
Well, I'm dealing with it because what scarred me was watching my father stick his penis in my brother's behind. That scarred me a lot.
sure.
Having sex with my brother scarred me. I still have thoughts about it. Still want to pass out.
Are drugs a part of your life?
Yeah, I'm on drugs. My drug of choice is crack cocaine. I began to use drugs to keep me thinking about my life.
So you started with crack at what age?
I think I was 20. I'm 61 now.
How do you support yourself?
I need to pay E because I'm not getting my checks, my SSI checks. So I'm supposed to be on SSI, but I need to pay E.
So you're
I could draw unemployment because I worked a lot of jobs. Before I worked McDonald's and stuff like that. I worked factories and clubs and stuff like that.
But if you get hard up for money, you're not getting your checks, what do you do for money?
Panhandle.
You panhandle. Do you have any friends?
I have lots of friends. They let me stay with them. They get vouchers from hotels in Long Beach.
Oh, so sometimes you'll stay in a motel.
Yeah, with my friends.
That's great.
Or their apartment or something like that.
You ever been in love?
Yeah, I've been in love. I had a kid by this German guy, a daughter. And he cleared my mind up completely about all the horrible things my father did to us.
How did he do that?
Just by helping me out. And he helped me out real good. And when he got me pregnant, he said, we have a kid that's gonna be white. And she came out white, and she's with him. She loves her German father. He's a good man. His name was Hamid. Hamid. I don't want to give his last name because
No, don't give out his name.
didn't know.
Do you? What emotions do you deal with?
Oh, I suffer depression.
Sure.
Deep, dark thoughts. Deep, dark depression. I suffer depressions.
Yeah.
The horrible thing my father was, it makes me break down and cry. How could he be so fucking, take a little boy like that and have sex with him? How could he do that to my brother?
I'm sure there's lots of anger from you as well, right?
Ooh, I want to kill him over again. He's dead. Thank God he's dead. I think my brother went insane when he was a little boy.
Do you stay in touch with your brother?
Yeah, I visited him in 1988, but I haven't seen my big brother since.
What do you worry about today?
Worry about money.
Yeah, just surviving on the street is hard, right?
Yeah,
You're just living day by day with the panhandling?
yeah.
Yeah. How do you think that the childhood experiences that you had, I'm sure they've changed the course of your life, the path that you took.
Oh, I just got older and it didn't clear it up.
But can you imagine what your life might have been like if you had a fairly normal childhood without that kind of abuse?
Yeah, I probably would have been Kamala Harris, vice president.
You probably would have. Do you feel loved by your parents?
I feel loved by my mother.
By your mother? That's good.
My father couldn't have loved a man like that.
Yeah.
My mother kept on telling him, don't have sex with my son. He would beat her all in the head, block her eyes and everything.
Yeah, it's a horrible way to go through life. For everyone in the family, right?
Mostly it disturbed me. It disturbed all of them, but they just, I love my brother so much. He was pretty and my father was ugly.
Did you and your brother ever talk about it?
I won't talk about it to him. I won't even let him know I saw it.
Mm.
I was looking right at him.
Have you ever talked about any of this stuff with anyone before?
Never. You're the first one. I said, Mom was having sex with my brother. Get to know you too. See if they can help me.
Well, I think talking about it might help relieve some of the,
Mm,
stuff that's hidden away.
yeah,
It takes the pressure off a little bit.
yeah.
What would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
Oh, to always try and tell the truth. And don't take from other people and always try to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to tell the truth. No matter what happens, always try to tell people the truth. Always try to help people and always try to tell people the truth.
Yeah, it's hard to do sometimes for a lot of us.
They beat the hell out of you, you gotta tell them the truth. I had older men, like the Messian guy, he took me in when I was 16. And he helped me, different guys along the way helped me in life, Get away from that childhood, dysfunctional family, welfare and food stamps, poor, dysfunctional family.
Yeah. Have you had people in your life who kind of stepped in and kind of did things to
My grandmother,
your grandmother?
especially with Todd, when Stanley was pulling rifles up to their head, letting them blow their brains out and having sex with them, my mother's brother.
There's a lot of abuse in your family.
They shouldn't have been born, yeah. They shouldn't have had us, My mother should have knew that man was that way when she met him. I don't know why she didn't pick up on it. My brother's very pretty. I love my brother very much.
It's a shame that things like this happen in families
Yeah.
and you don't get a chance to really sort it out as a child. You can't really stop it. You can't say anything to...
I called the police. He told me he was having sex with his son too. A black cop.
The cop told you this.
That's what he told me. I was a little girl. I called the cops. He told me I'm having sex with my son too. I don't do nothing about it.
How do you see the world? Do you see the world as a cruel place, or...
I saw Long Beach is beautiful.
Long Beach is beautiful. Yeah, parts of Long Beach are beautiful. But in terms of like people and the way we treat each other, do you see the world as you see people as cruel, or do you see them as kind, or just a combination of both?
I see people as the way they want to be. They got good ones, they got bad ones. I can spot a child molester, a man that's molesting his son. I can spot him real quick. So the white girl better check that black dude out. And she did, and she blew his brains out. As early as a baby, he got it. God damn. I know I called the police on one. He got his baby. Yes, his baby. He had a baby, a Salvador girl, black guy. He was having sex with the baby. I said, God, he said he couldn't wait. That's what he said. He couldn't wait.
What's your biggest regret in your life?
I don't really have no regrets, except for a cousin of mine didn't like me. It was because of color, and she took the guns on my blowing brains out. So I ran away from home. Came out to Long Beach. And I ended up in Culver City. I was a stripper, a prostitute. I was a prostitute before I was a stripper. When I first hit Long Beach, Pacific Coast Highway. And then I got a job as a new model, a new dancer. And later on, when I turned 22, I got a job as a new model.
All right, Robin. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
It's a lot of things that I could tell you, but my mind goes far blank. But when Stanley put a rifle of the tots them head and have sex with them, that got me too.
You saw what?
I don't believe in that.
What did you see?
Stanley was full of, my mother's brother was full of rifles up to his son's heads and having sex with him. My grandmother and my uncle said they're gonna put a stop to that, yeah. His wife was white, she was fighting.
All right, Robin. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Okay.
I wish you the best of luck. I'll make your day a little bit easier with give you some help to get some food and whatever else you need.
I need to get some clothes.
I can help you out with that.
I feel like crying, but I know I had to get that out. Tell the world what my father did to my big brother that was having sex with him. If anybody out there, your father's having sex with you, get help. Or just take a knife and do what I tried to do to my father, cut his penis off.
You tried to?
Yeah. I love my brother so much. Take a knife and cut his dick off. That's the only way. You won't be able to use it no more.
That would put an end to that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Robin. Thank you very much for sharing your story.
Yeah.